Hi, jak się masz? Welcome. I'm Planta Clara. Today's video is about how to get rid of fungus gnats using biological weapon. So no chemicals involved, it's an organic method, safe around pets, safe to wildlife and safe to bees and birds. What is it? Is nematodes. Nematodes are tiny little creatures of microscopic size, so you won't see them. You will introduce them to the soil of your plants. So there will be no nuisance to you, like for example if you were trying to get rid of aphids that infested your plants, and then you would be introducing ladybirds and they would be flying around the house. So it's nothing like that. So let's start with what fungus gnats are. These are those little tiny annoying, very annoying flies that can be mistaken with fruit flies, but they are not, and they're really tiny, maybe 3 to 4 millimeters long, kind of dark gray or brown color. I really hate them when they are on a suicide mission and they fly into your nose, for example. So they're just not very pleasant, especially if there's lots of them. By the way, the other name for fungus gnats are Sirens flies. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this correctly. If not, that's the name. The larvae of fungus gnats live in the soil, and the larva is a whitish color, and it's actually maybe twice longer than the fly, maybe like 6 millimeters long. The larva thrives more in damp conditions, so you might see more of them in plants that require more watering or more moisture rather than in your cactuses. Do the flies damage your plants? The answer is not really. The larvae may damage your plants in some circumstances. So the larva eats the dead roots and any other decaying material that is in the soil, and may cause some damage to very, very young roots or soft cuttings that you just planted. So yes, in some circumstances it can cause some troubles. But it is unlikely that the fungus gnats will cause damage to your well-established, beautiful plants. So it's more of a nuisance to you and very annoying thing that just keeps flying around and around. How can we prevent the infestation? So check your plants frequently for, like you do that to check for any other pests, and then if you see fungus gnats, then just take action. You can the simple way is just by placing yellow sticky traps around the plants, but it will reduce the number of fungus gnats, it won't eliminate them. So there are some other better ways, and today is about this better way. Nematodes are living organisms. They live in the soil. There's actually over 25,000 types of different nematodes, and they are just normal part of ecosystems. They are very, very tiny, of a microscopic size, so it is unlikely you will see them actually with your just eye looking into the soil. Some types can be harmful and can cause some problems in your garden, but today I'm going to talk about nematodes for fungus gnats, and they are very, very friendly and wonderful and beautiful. I've used nematodes as well before for vine weevil that I had problem with in my garden, my pots outside. But there are also different nematodes used to get rid of leather jacket in your garden. So they're very widely used in agriculture and in gardening. How do the nematodes for fungus gnats work? The nematodes attack the larvae. So when you introduce them to the soil, they will swim in within the moisture surrounding the particles of the soil. And then they will look for or try to detect carbon dioxide produced by the larvae of fungus gnats, and this way they can locate the fungus gnat larvae, and then they attack them by getting inside the body through their breathing system. And while the nematodes are within the larvae, they release a special bacteria, and this bacteria is what kills the larvae. It may take a few hours for the larvae to be killed by the bacteria. Then when this process is finished, then just the body of the larvae starts to decay or will start to decompose within this within the moisture surrounding the soil particle, and it turns into like a soup, a broth, where nematodes can grow and where they can multiply. And then the next stage is they look for another victim. So how long does it take to get rid of fungus gnats using nematodes? So it's not like a big bang and hello, bye, fungus gnats. It doesn't work this way because nematodes attack a larvae. It may take maybe 2, 3 or maybe even 4 weeks until you stop seeing fungus gnats flying around your house. So be patient. They will disappear, they will be gone. Where to get the nematodes from? Perhaps the best way is to get it online rather than from garden centers, because nematodes are living creatures, so they have very limited shelf life. But there's plenty of places online when you Google that you can get the nematodes from. So when you order these online, your package will arrive and will have the expiry date. Usually maybe up to 2 to 3 weeks from your delivery date. So you need to use the nematodes before the expiry date. If today is not the watering day, then don't worry, you can store nematodes in the fridge in the meantime and then use it when the time comes. Each pack will treat maybe up to 15 meters square of soil. 15 meters square, which is a lot. So even if you have hundreds of plants in your house jungle, that this is one pack is really enough. Don't worry if you have only like 2 plants or 3 plants to treat with nematodes. Don't worry, just you can never overdose. You just pour everything into the soil. Here it is, the nematodes. So when you open the box, you can see the nematodes look more like a sponge, like a half-dried sponge. It's kind of brownish cream color. It is alive, although you can't tell that without the microscope. So let's mix it with water. So I'm going to empty the content, and I'm going to use every bit, even the ones that are stuck to this plastic box, not to waste anything. You can see it's already starting to melt in water. And now I'm going to mix it thoroughly, making sure all the content is mixed with water. And this is my solution, which I'm going to use to water my plants with. I'm going to take some bits of that solution and I'm going to even dilute more with water, and I'm going to water my plants like I normally do.